The research that you and I are about to peruse through is in reference to black raspberries reducing skin inflammation, i.e. contact hypersensitivity. Now, I was encouraged to bring this research to your attention due to the correlation, and I stress correlation, that a lot of individuals are suffering skin reactions due to wearing face mask or surgical mask for prolonged periods of time, that it may, in some way, offer indirect relief. Keep that in mind. That's potential. But however, though, we're going to focus on the primary outcome of this research itself in regard to black raspberries, and it is amazing research. And on top of that, the amount of black raspberries for an individual to consume may not be that much, or the equivalent to just a serving. So let us proceed with the research as follows. In mouse study, black raspberries show promise for reducing skin inflammation. Early findings indicate eating the fruit can help with skin allergies, contact hypersensitivity. In a study done with mice and published earlier this month in the journal Nutrients, research found that a diet high in black raspberries reduced inflammation from contact hypersensitivity, once again, a condition that causes redness and inflammation of the skin. Quoting, a lot of times treatments are directly applied to the skin, things like steroids, said Steve. I want to say the researcher because I do not want to be disrespectful by mispronouncing the last name, which I believe may be Oghumu, but I'm not certain, so I'm going to say Steve. And it was interesting that the mere consumption of a fruit can achieve the same effects. To reiterate, a lot of times treatments are directly applied to the skin, things like steroids. And it was interesting that the mere consumption of a fruit can achieve the same effects. That is amazing. Now keep in mind, without going into too much detail into the full study, it ran about 3 weeks. And it was an animal model once again, and we are going to go through the dosaging in reference to the black raspberry consumption itself. But to proceed, the researchers put a group of mice on a diet that incorporated black raspberries, equivalent to a single serving per day for humans. They also kept a controlled group where the mice were fed the same diet, but without black raspberries, and obviously we know the results. Now, let's look at this full text real fast. When I direct you to the DOI or you follow a link through YouTube, this is the abstract. Now, in order to get to the part which I'm about to show you, click on where it says View Full Text, and the full text of the study will be there. To proceed as follows. Now, if you look at it too, there's your dosaging before I go too far, or I should say consumption. And at the same time too, a very important detail, the processing of the black raspberries themselves. Now, but to proceed, I'm just going to narrate down to the end of the story because it's eloquent, simple, and to the point. What more do we need? To proceed, the research found that black raspberries appear to modulate dendritic cells, which act as messengers to the body's immune system, telling the immune system to kick in or not, especially whether to create inflammation or not. Now, there's a lot of correlation. I know your minds are working in reference to that because we're talking inflammation in reference to a lot of other ailments and diseases that are out there, from rheumatoid arthritis to certain viral infections. But to proceed, the immune system is very complex with multiple layers. And so once you begin to identify the unique cells that are being affected by the berries, then it helps us to see how berries are inhibiting inflammation. A lot of the bad effects that we see are not always due to the pathogens or allergens themselves, but are due to the way our body responds to these triggers. In case of contact hypersensitivity, for example, a person's skin encounters an allergen and the body responds by flooding the area with cells that cause inflammation and itchiness. And so one way to manage these type of diseases is controlling that response, and that is one of the things black raspberries appear to be able to do, quote unquote. The researchers and his colleagues, Steve, in the lab where they've been studying the effects of black raspberries and inflammation for years, a diet rich in black raspberries has shown promise in reducing inflammation associated, quoting, with certain types of cancer, and the researchers and his team have wondered if the fruit might also help reduce inflammation in reference to other conditions. There is the correlation, I should say the hypothesis, to increase the scope of the benefits of black raspberries themselves. Again, incredibly useful information, especially, let's say, for example, someone that can't access certain medications or so on and so forth, a shortage, or in some other part of the world. Just the consumption of black raspberries, the equivalent of a serving for an average individual, if the animal studies are, pan out to be very similar to the human studies, can yield a benefit, in this case, as strong as potentially some of the topical steroids. That is an incredibly useful tool to have in your knowledge base. So again, hope you find this information of use. Thank you very much for listening. Gratitude. Look forward to see you all once again in the next 7 days. Links will be there to the DOI citation. Again, recall, click on the view full text, and there will get you all the essential data that you need in order to make a little bit better clarification in regard to methods, methodology, length of time, so on and so forth. Again, thank you, and I look forward to see you all very soon. Catch you next week. Bye.